Hello, I'm Edward McLean, and welcome to Science School. In this lesson, we'll be continuing our armbet training. Until this point, we have done E, R, A, I, O, and T, and this will be N. So, to begin, we will go through all of our letters up until this point, just a single flow. Then we will get into our ends. So starting with E, E, R, S, N, D, A, L, M, Y, T, E, V, C, I, P, F. A, N, T, R, S, L, I, M, Y, D, B, C, H, B, K, U, I, nope, sorry, R, E, O, I, D, A, S, T, N, Y, U, R, B, M, K, C, I, N, S, T, L, M, D, R, E, B, G, O, C, F, A, K, O's, O, U, R, N, F, M, T, W, D, S, O, L, P, V, K, I, T, H, O, E, I, A, S, R, Y, T, U, W, L, C, N, B. Okay, so that one was a little quick, but I do want you to understand how I went straight from the fourth of one letter into the one of the next, sorry, fourth of one to the one of the next, um, and just give you a sense of the speed at which I flow through things. I encourage you to play at half or quarter speed. Um, Play at the fastest you're able to keep up with the slowest you're able to properly articulate your movements. Um, but so, speed I go should be your goal, and then hopefully a checkpoint for future training. So now we're going to get into our ends, okay? So N1 is N and D and G and E. My little word for this is degen. It can be made by putting an N at the end of DGE. So uh, N1 degen, it just feels right. So N1, here we go. We'll do our breaths. N1 degen. N1 degen. N1 degen. Now we'll flow. N and D and G and E. N1 degen. N, D, G, E, N1 degen. N, D, G, E. Okay? So now N2 is NT, NO, NS, NA. Uh, this, nicely enough, uh, is not a word per se, but does have a consonant vowel pattern, which makes it easy to pronounce. So I call this one TOSA, N2 TOSA. So let's get into it. We'll start with our breaths. N2 TOSA. N2 TOSA. N2 TOSA. Now we'll flow. N2 TOSA. T O S A. N2 TOSA. T O S A. N2 TOSA. T O S A. All right, and now for N3. I'm gonna grab some water real quick. Okay, shake it out. N3. So that is N-I, N-C, N-Y, N-K. I call this one ick. You know, icky and yucky, yicky. You know, they kind of make you feel like it's something you want to stay away from. If that has to do with N3, you know, I'm sure at some point I will discover. But for right now, N3 is icky ick. You can almost think of it as like a toddler touching, I don't know, mud, you know, or something like that. Um, so, N3, icky ick, start with our breaths. N3, icky ick. N3, icky ick. N3, icky ick. Now the flow. N3, icky ick. I, C, Y, K. N3, icky ick. I, C, Y, K. N3, icky ick. I, C, Y, K. And then N4. This is one of my favorite ones. Is NN. So this is another one of our double letters, but this time it is in N4. So it is divorced from our third set group of E, O, and T. So N4 is NN, then NL, NU, and F. So I call this one in luff. Makes me think of in love. Um, and I think that's just kind of beautiful. So N4 is in luff and luff, which is in love to me. So, do our N4, start with our breaths. N4 and luff. N4 and luff. N4 and luff. Now for the flow. N4 and luff. N, L, U, F. N4 and luff. N, L, U, F. N4 and luff. N, L, U, F. All right. So N as a series is pretty easy. As I described in the T series, I find that my pointer and my thumb are generally my stronger fingers. Um, Certainly the most muscular, as you can kind of see, the thumb's muscles are all along here, and the pointer fingers muscles are this guy right in here. All right, so this is the largest clump of muscles on your hand, this guy right here, your palm, you know, kind of base of your thumb, and then this guy right here. So those are the biggest muscles on your hand. You have this one over here, but you know, that's it comes in third. So since the two largest muscles on your hand are by your thumb and your pointer, that generates the greatest amount of tension when you're pulling your wrist back. So that's why I find T to be the strongest, and since these fingers are down, they're deactivated for the most part. And so then, since T is the strongest, I find with N that you deactivate these two muscles and it really isolates this guy over here and whatever the smaller muscles are on the back of your hand. There really aren't that many muscles on the back of your hand. Most of the musculature that controls your fingers is actually in your forearm. I don't know if you can see them wiggle when I do that. You can there you go, see? And so the ends, N3 and N4, I find deactivate the hand tension and really focus on these guys right here. Okay? So now we'll get into the N flow 1 through 4. Wrap everything up. Forgot to grab water before, or I got distracted. All right. I don't know the name of it, but the thing I just did, bring your arms out, over, and down. It is a martial arts technique to kind of center yourself, steady your breath. I use it every now and then. You're welcome to join me or find your own. So, start with N1 Degen. N, D, G, E. N2 Tosa. T, O, S, A. N3 Ikiik. I, C, Y, K, N4 and Luff. N, L, U, F. N1 Degen. N, D, G, E, Tosa. T, O, S, A, Ikiik. I, C, Y, K in Luff. N, L, U, F. All right, last one. Well, N, D, G, E, T, O, S, A, I, C, Y, K, N, L, U, F. All right, good work today. So in today's lesson, we went through all of our flow sets up to this point. So we did E, A, R, I, O, and T. And then if you've noticed, I'm doing inverses. So first one is technically a closed fist. Then the inverse is E. And then A, inverse R, I, inverse O, T, and then we learned T's inverse today, which is N. So we went through our E, A, R, I, O, T's. We learned our N's. I talked a little more in depth about my training. I described the muscles that I pay attention to and feel really working with N versus T, which, I think one of my favorite parts about signing the arm bet, um, in particular, is how such a small difference as which finger is up and down can have such profound kind of second order effects on the movement chain, um, which I feel is, could be something of a life philosophy. Uh, what does it mean? Who the fuck knows? So yeah, thank you for watching, and happy signing.